What's up, everybody? Here for some weekly Wisdom Wednesday. It's your buddy Justin, and I want to talk to you about the end of the month mentality. The end of the month mentality. You know, having just finished a month, and in some sales organizations, this may be a quarter, this may be the year, and there's always going to be an influx of energy at the end of any sales period, particularly when financial gains at the individual level are tied to it. But I'm always amused at the way that the activity levels of some mediocre producers seems to double and triple in the days leading up to the end of any sales time frame. And it really makes me kind of sit back and think, what would their sales success look like if the way that they prospect and follow up with prospects and their commitment level and energy levels, what if they had that level of intensity and focus every single day? What if they had a more consistent system? What if they had a higher level of commitment to executing that system day in and day out? What if they had the month end, the quarter end, the year end? What if they had that mentality every single day that they show up for work? What would their sales success look like? I have to believe that if people showed up with that mentality, that they could count on out-earning the CEOs in the organization. They could count on out-earning anything that they ever imagined possible for their lives. They could transform their earning expectations if they showed up with that type of mentality every day. And so my point that I want to truly convey to you today is that often we show up at the beginning of a year or the beginning of a time frame to be defined for selling a certain quota, if you want to use that term. We all say what we are going to do and we develop a plan. But may I propose to you that throw the planning out and start producing. Just start producing. And here's what I mean. A plan is good, but it's only as good as the commitment level to the activities day in and day out being consistently executed and deployed to help you arrive at your destination. So here's what I mean practically, particularly in like a furniture retail environment. If you were to make a activity commitment that daily I'm going to follow up with 12 prospects. I'm not going home until I follow up with 12 prospects. I'm not going home until I make one social media post about a specific product. I'm not going home until I do some research on my competition. I'm not going home until I do one thing to help influence my belief muscle that what I sell and where I sell it from is the best place that I could possibly do it. And you can come up with whatever activity you think is best, but you need to come up with your list of what you will do every single day that you will commit to, that you will not allow yourself to cheat on. Because if you were to commit to a certain set of habits, I'm not talking about 75 things, I'm talking about 4 to 6 things that you will do every single day, you, my friends, will separate yourself from the amateurs. I am amazed. So many people, including $1 Million Writers, I'm always talking about $1 Million business owners and writers. I love them. But even them, I notice lazy habits. I notice that they don't have a high activity level. They don't have any consistency. If that $1 Million writer were to have consistency because they're clearly relying on their talent, if they had consistency and discipline to execute a system, automatically overnight they're a $2 million writer. So stop settling, my friends. Have some discipline. Develop a list of actions. Stop talking. Stop writing a plan. Start taking action, but take it every single day. Have the end of the month mentality every day with the level of intensity and focus and commitment to executing a specific list of systems every single day, and watch what happens to your sales success. A lot of salespeople balk at this when a manager starts to say, hey, what's your list of habits? And then wants to hold them accountable. They say things like, oh, well, I don't feel like I have any freedom and this, that, and the other. Your leader just wants you to be successful. They see the gap between where you are and where you could be. And they recognize that if you were to execute with discipline the same 6 things every single day, that you could be wildly successful. So thank goodness there are leaders who are willing to demand more and to push you, because you can invest the same amount of time per week. But if you have a committed system and deploy those habits every single day, day in and day out, you will transform your earning potential. Your investment of time will be almost exactly the same. It's a matter of focusing and guaranteeing that you execute those activities every day. Be willing to be held accountable. Find that person you trust. Share with them your expectations for the things you should be doing day in and day out, and then make yourself do them. You will thank me if you actually are willing to step out of being an amateur who relies solely on their talent and charisma and step into being a professional who combines the talent and the charisma and the giftedness that you have with a disciplined sales system, with a disciplined list of habits and actions that you take daily before you go home. You will transform your earning like you have never seen before.